Hey everybody, this is Muffin with the Daily Biker Podcast. Just here to let y'all know the opinions and ideas expressed in this show are those of the hosts and their guests, not to be confused with their partners and sponsors. Now, let's get it on.
Hey guys, this is Sean from the Bikes and Beards YouTube channel, and you guys are listening to the Daily Biker Podcast. You're gonna love it.
You're gonna need to put the dogs outside.
What?
Just set the dogs out of the bedroom.
They're not gonna do anything.
I mean,
That's
I don't think they're gonna do anything.
That's a big muffin.
Costco muffins.
It's one huge muffin.
Huge!
I bet that muffin's full of rainbow farts.
Unicorn farts.
Unicorns.
It's a narwhal, damn it. Yeah, so anyways. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Daily Biker Podcast. My name is Marcus and I'm your clueless leader. Today we're going to go on a learning journey as fast as I can.
Did you get your head shaved?
I did.
It looks
I thought
good.
you looked
And
different
I
when you
got
walked in.
the shave and trimmed up.
Oh yeah.
I do have Miss Muffin.
Hey y'all.
I've got Daniel.
Hey there.
And it is the return
The return.
Hey
of
there.
Stephanie.
Yep.
She's normally in the other room taking a nap.
Yep.
She's back.
And we
So,
have the dogs with us.
yes, and Bo and Ginger, but I don't think either one of them are going to say hi.
No,
They're trying to get a muffin.
There's a muffin right here, Bo.
Usually I can't eat.
No, you can't see me though.
You know, I was supposed to have a dealer ride today, and
Yes, we were.
I canceled it because it was supposed to be raining.
And it didn't
I did
rain.
not. Until just
It's
now.
raining right now.
Yes, it is.
Yes, I know it is.
It started raining a lot later than what it was originally supposed to.
We would have been
Cookie?
back home already.
Yeah, a
By
long
the
time
time-
ago.
yeah.
a long time ago.
Yeah, it was a local ride.
But it's getting into that weather, you know, to be riding more, to be seeing Stephanie out on her motorcycle.
Yeah, Sean, no.
She sounds so
You
thrilled.
say, you know, we go through this all the time. Because I tell you that you're a fantastic rider,
Yeah.
and you're always like, he's just saying that.
He's just saying that.
It's not. I'm not just saying that. You are really a good rider. You're a fantastic rider.
The hard part is just getting back into it after having been riding for a couple months.
Yeah, well, I mean, but it probably takes you, what, 20 feet before you're like, oh, yeah, I remember how to do this.
You know?
Down the driveway.
Yeah. Yeah, if you make it down your driveway, you're still doing pretty good.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah.
You're still doing pretty good.
It's usually the hardest part of the ride.
Yeah.
Pretty
don't-
much.
I don't know. I feel like going down, you're going to make it down. Making it up is the questionable part.
Yeah.
Because if you come up too fast, then you got to stop.
Yeah.
Depends
Oh,
on the
Lord.
type of afternoon we have.
Well,
Very, very true. Speaking of, you know, getting back into riding, I don't know if I mentioned it last week. So, my brother Adam recently purchased a new to him motorcycle.
You did briefly mention it. You didn't mention who purchased
yeah,
it.
you didn't say who.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, well, I didn't want to. He stopped by the shop today. He went and rode like 60 miles and went and saw everybody and showed him his new motorcycle. So,
It took him 4 hours.
I don't know how long it took him. I mean, I'm sure the thing will run 60, 65 mile an hour probably. So,
Yeah. It will.
But just like out to Appleton.
He bought a Royal Enfield 350.
I think we went over that.
We went over the bike that he purchased. We didn't mention who purchased it or
Right,
what he
that's-
did with
Yeah.
it.
Right, that's what I'm saying right now. Who
Yes.
purchased it and what he did with it. Which is Adam, my brother.
Yes.
And he's just been cruising around.
Is that
Showing
all
off
he's-
to everybody. That's all he's done with it so far.
It's a good looking bike.
It's a pretty bike.
That- that is a good
My mom was like,
looking
oh, it's so pretty.
What color is it?
Like a baby bluish grayish color.
And white.
Okay.
Or off white
Yeah.
color.
Yeah.
It's a good looking motor. It looks very classic.
It's cute. It's cute.
But
For a Royal Enfield, it looks classic.
Jeez.
I got to give the rim shot because it's called a classic.
350 classic.
So, but yeah, so he's gotten out riding some more, and I'm ready to get out and be able to ride a lot more comfortably.
Yes.
You know,
We have not had the comfortable weather
no.
the past couple
No,
weeks.
No.
We had, so me and a couple of guys at the regulars coming to the shop, like Troy and stuff like that.
Yep.
Had a lot of conversations today talking about heated grips and those types of things and keeping your hands warm and stuff like that. And of course, the conversation went to, at this point in time, it's not worth it to go ahead and buy them because starting tomorrow, we might not even have to turn them on for the entire rest of until it gets cold again. But it might not get cold enough that it matters.
But then again, the last time we went down to Road Atlanta, that was in April.
I didn't need heated grips.
I put them on that bike because I had them.
Yeah.
It got
Felt
cold.
great.
It got cold on the way home.
When we got home, it felt fantastic.
I never got cold on that ride.
That is a lie, sir.
No, I never got cold on that ride.
When you were getting home, you weren't getting cold?
No.
Going back to your old apartment?
I was freezing.
I wasn't cold.
That's
It
just
was like
me.
50 degrees outside.
Because we didn't have a podcast the next day talking about how cold we were?
I don't remember talking about it being cold.
Okay.
I think right now, too, I'm a bit more sober than you are.
That's probably true.
I remember us having podcasts about riding when it was cold, but I don't remember us having a podcast about it being cold there.
We did talk about it being
I mean,
cold
literally
back.
that day in Atlanta, it was like 75 or 80 degrees.
And it was perfect when we were leaving Atlanta until we got back up here.
We might have been talking about how surprisingly chilly it was, but you got to remember, like 40 degrees, I'm fine.
Yeah, well, I know.
It's like getting down to 30 before I'm like, ooh, that was cold.
Yeah. Well, me and you are different.
She
Heather.
gets cold when it's 60.
I
No.
know.
No. I was cold that day, though.
That was a chilly day.
You get cold when it's 60.
Well,
That's a
Marcus,
bit exaggeration.
we left Atlanta and we could wear short sleeve t-shirts.
Yeah, but I had on my jacket because I remember us saying it was going to be a little chilly.
Yes.
But like the thing
Yeah.
was I didn't have leathers or anything like that. with
Oh,
me.
no.
No,
So
I don't think
neither
any
of
of
us
us
had
did.
leather.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It was, so it couldn't have been
I
that
mean,
cold.
I was wearing a soft shell jacket.
Yeah, I
I
had no
don't
soft
even
shell
remember
on.
what jacket I had on. I might have had on a sweatshirt for all I
Then
know.
you had your white lightning jacket on.
I might have, which is just a lightweight soft shell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Heated grips definitely work.
yeah. Are you going with us this year?
What, Road Atlanta?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Why?
Why?
What do I mean, why? 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 I mean, why are you
Why?
not going to Road Atlanta with us this year?
I prefer dealership rides where we're actually riding than just watching.
Well, I mean,
It's a 2-hour ride down there.
it's probably a little bit more than that because I think I'm going to take a detour route there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think I'm going to make it about a 4-hour ride down there.
Jeez.
It's a good weekend trip.
It is a very nice weekend trip.
Well, we'll see if you can convince me.
Stephanie's not going to Road Atlanta. Daniel's not very convincing.
I do my best.
Speaking of riding when it's cold and riding long distances and all that other stuff, when he gets back, I'm going to do the best I can. But Sean,
Yes. He's been doing his dirt days.
no, not dirt days.
Dirt ways?
No. Not anything that's dealer stuff. This is
Okay.
Sean.
Okay.
Is in Arizona. So I'm saying we have talked about this, and now you're lost.
It's been a long day. I've
Yeah.
had experiences today that I want to talk
He's
about.
had
Jesus.
experience.
So Sean is in Arizona riding the Arizona BDR.
Okay.
He forgot.
Yeah, I
He
did.
remembers. Light bulb. Light bulb.
But like, I don't know what the temperatures have been, but I know they've been posting videos where
There
at
was,
night
like,
they're walking out to
snow
their
on their
bikes and there's
bikes.
snow on their bikes.
It's amazing in the desert. 90 degrees during the day, 20 degrees at night.
I think it's been cold though. Like, period.
Yeah, they haven't gotten warm temperatures out that way in a little while.
Yeah,
There's
like they look to be very bundled up on their rides.
yeah.
But it'll be very interesting to have these conversations because Sean's going to be out there riding a lot more than he has in the past and riding surfaces he hadn't rode before. So you're talking they're doing 130, 140 mile days with 80% of it being dirt. So
That's tough. That's a long day.
mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, we've talked about it before. Like, our typical rides, 100 miles, something like that.
You talk about for a dealer for a local. Well, that's a local.
Well,
dealer,
just
right?
me and you.
Oh, if we're just going for a cruise,
Yeah.
Yeah, just doing a cruise, 100
100
miles.
miles.
That's nothing. But on dirt, yes, Ginger.
40 miles on dirt, I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
Because there is a ride that we do sometimes with the dirt day stuff. That's about a 40-mile off road loop, and it's like by the time I get done with that, I'm like, huh, I'm ready to relax.
Yeah, 100 miles on the road, okay, you get worn out. 40 miles on the dirt, that's a long day.
Imagine 100 miles on the dirt. Now imagine the guys that do the Baja racing.
They're wide open throttle the entire time.
1,000 miles on the dirt in like 2 days.
Jeez.
Have you watched the accidents that they have?
Oh yeah,
They hit the bump wrong.
there's an entire
Ooh,
documentary
man.
called Dust to Glory,
Yep, I've watched it.
and the guy breaks his leg. Like
Oh.
it's during the middle of the night. He's by himself on a motorcycle, crashes out, breaks his leg, and he's far enough that he can't hear anything, but close enough that he can see the glow of the lights from the finish line place where everything's going on. Gets back on his bike and finishes with
Oh.
a broken leg.
And it was not just like slightly broken.
Yeah, it was like had to have pins and everything put in his leg, like major.
That is commitment.
Like
But-
he rolled
but
in and,
no one
and
else was
didn't,
gonna-
couldn't
He
Yeah,
stop,
I mean,
was
he
out there in the
was-
middle of nowhere.
stop the bike and fell over.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. That was
He had to do
that
what
was
he
a
had to do.
spectacular crash.
yeah, but like the other thing about it too is that a lot of people don't know about that stuff is most of those teams, it's not the same driver for the entire race.
No, they switch out.
But that was the big thing about In Dust to Glory because he does it solo.
Mhm.
He has a group of people that monitored him and they're at pit stops and stuff like that, but he does the whole ride by himself.
Yeah. And they'll switch up with him, like, you need tires, you need shit like that.
Yeah,
They take care of it.
yeah,
But that was him.
yeah. It's great, but I'm definitely ready to get back to that weather where it just makes riding so much easier.
You know, it's funny we talk about it. Oh, the couple weeks where we haven't been able to really ride.
Yeah, couple weeks, and then we see this stuff from other people that they've had
It's like
snow
we got
for
6
4 months.
months of snow.
Yeah, they haven't rode in 6 months.
I haven't seen grass in 8 months.
We do take
I
it
really
for
hate
granted.
that for them.
They could move.
They could move.
They
Be a
could
lot
move.
easier.
They could move.
Not
Look,
here.
Not here. There's too many people here.
Yeah, not here.
No, Florida. They, can move.
Yeah,
Florida.
Go to Florida.
Oh, they're like, go to Florida.
They have grass, more sand than grass, but they have grass.
There's grass there.
Move to Ocala.
Go to
There's
Alabama.
no sand; it's all grass.
Go to Alabama. You'll be fine.
Coast of Alabama.
Move to Atlanta.
Oh, God.
People there.
Don't torture people with that.
But everybody from the north, if they don't move to, if they move south and they don't move to Florida, they move to Atlanta.
That
Yeah.
explains a lot.
It does. We're not going down that road, Daniel.
No,
No.
that's a whole different podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, one of the things I brought up the other day to someone at the shop was I'm wondering, I mean, we might know before the bagger racing in Daytona, but I wonder if they're going to change the body style on the bikes to reflect the new bike.
You know, I've actually thought about that. I don't think they will.
I mean, NASCAR does that stuff.
The one Harley team that's actually out there might. It's just going to be a front fairing. It's going to be a sticker on the front fairing.
Well, no, they are actual front fairings. They were actual fairings. Those bikes they ride start as bikes off the assembly line. They have to.
Well, I know that, but lighting and all that,
They didn't have any lights on.
that's what I'm saying. Just Sticker, like NASCAR cars.
No, they didn't have lights on them in Atlanta. It wasn't a sticker where the hole was in the front of that road glide. It was an oil cooler.
Okay, so they go with the fairing shell.
Quite possibly, but I think if they do the... I don't know how the rules
Actually,
work. If they
with
do
the
the
new
fairing...
fairings, that would add a lot of
But the question
shell.
is with the new fairing, if they're doing that, they might have to. They might be regulated. They might have to be on 24 models.
They might. It'd be good for publicity for the new
Do we know
models.
what engine they were running for the races?
131s.
Which you can do to any Harley lower.
Yeah, but they could run a 135 now too.
So there was no limitation on that.
Or they could be running a 121 VVT that's been built out too.
Mm.
The potential is there.
Because the thing about it is that body
that's
style.
kind of what I'm getting at.
Well,
Like,
that
they
body
have a
style
lot of
bike though.
opportunity.
That body style bike though didn't come out until halfway through the season, so they wouldn't have changed for last season.
But if you notice, a lot of the motorcycle companies that do we're talking about King of the Baggers. It's whatever they build, whether the body style is modern or
Yeah,
old.
but they're not stickers though. Those are actual bikes. That was the thing when we went down to the pits that one of the guys was explaining to us. Those bikes, the way that the King of the Bagger specs it out or Moto America specs it out, is they have to be basically spec motorcycles. They tell them there's certain things like saddlebags have to be functional. They don't have to be hinged, but they have to be functional. So they run like these.
Well, they put the oil cooler in there.
Well, no. Why would you put the oil cooler in the saddlebag?
Did you not see the one that we looked at where it had an oil cooler in there?
No.
It also had slits in the saddlebag.
That would be the horrible place for an oil cooler.
There was an oil cooler in one of the saddlebags on one of the bikes that we looked at when we went to Road Atlanta.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
Yeah, I must have missed that one. Where's all painted?
Or it was your imagination.
I was talking to my mechanic, Michael. He pointed me to it. He said, "That's the weirdest thing I've ever seen."
Didn't see it at all.
Radiator in a saddlebag.
Didn't see it at all.
I was paying more attention to Kyle Wyman than I was anything, so it's fine.
Well, all the Harley's bikes, the oil coolers in the front fairing where the headlight goes.
It's an Indian.
Well, Indian would be a radiator, not an oil cooler.
I didn't
Because
pay attention to
the
that.
No.
Challengers are liquid cooled.
Radiators on the other side.
Wait.
They had an oil cooler in one saddlebag, radiator in the other.
Well, the only thing I know about the Indian tent is when I walked over to the Indian tent and I said hey to those guys, they looked at me like I was an asshole. So I went, fuck Indian.
I didn't pay
You just got
attention to him.
spooked by Bowtail. Yes, and they don't want to talk to anybody.
No, they don't.
I will say they were rude.
They were
as hell.
rude. Yeah, straight up rude.
Because I did the same thing.
But you walked over to the
outside
Saddleman.
you because I was out there walking by myself.
Well, you walk
Oh,
over
yeah.
to the Saddleman tent, they'd walk up, talk to you.
Yep.
Even the racers. You walk over to the Harley tent, Kyle, Travis, they'd walk up, talk to you.
Yeah.
You walk up to anybody's tent, and they were so
Super
nice.
nice.
Yeah.
Except for Indian's corporate tent.
And they did not want to even.
They didn't
They didn't
acknowledge
want to talk to you.
anything.
They didn't
Not
want
at
to
all.
do anything with you.
Nope. You could walk up to, like I said, any tent.
Yeah.
And everybody was nice. Everybody was so nice. I walked up to the Olin's tent where they were doing the rebuild and stuff. Those guys were stupid down
Well,
outside. I was
they
asking
were asking
questions.
about what bikes I owned.
Yeah, they
Like
were.
if they made
They
shocks for me.
They were answering questions, all kinds of stuff. Not the Indian guys. They were just like,
Yeah.
So
It was disconcerting, to
Yeah.
say the least. So, I mean, like, look, we're all out there to have fun. Doesn't matter who wins. Look, King of the Backers is kind of...
well, no, it does matter who wins.
Does it?
Yeah, why would it not?
It's a toss-up between the weeks. If it's not Kyle Wyman, it's like one other person.
Well, yeah, and last year the guy that came overall was a Solomon guy because they run points. So it obviously matters who wins.
Well, they've
Yes, he has.
I wasn't in here for this. I don't.
Maybe I should go just to keep your stories in check.
Well, no, that wouldn't be you keeping a story in check because you weren't there.
No, this next time.
Oh. Oh, that might be a good idea.
It's been a long day.
Yeah, you said that.
All right.
I'll continue to say that.
So, anyways,
Okay.
so like back to what I was saying. I'm just wondering, and I guess it might be Daytona before we find out. But if they're on the new bodywork, if they're on the new bikes, and if they've changed up the engine, that's kind of one of the other things about it. I don't know enough about that. The engine that's in the 24 models to know, is it a 131 or a 131 option in that? So are they running new bikes, old engine? I don't know. I guess we'll find that out.
Yeah.
Because these things are apparently like there's more and more things we learn
talked
every
about
day.
how much money it costs to build one of these motorcycles. And we're talking about changing things. That's a question. The Harley team will probably change things. Everybody else, it's up in the air. Although Indian did put out their elite model this year to compete with the CVOs. So Indian released a new model, Dark Horse, or Challenger, their big bike. The Elite Indian.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Same engine. Nothing's changed. It's got new paint.
So, going back, the reason I say that is because there's so many stuff that has changed on the new bikes that we are slowly finding out. Front fender, although it looks identical to the previous generation ST fender, they're not the same. You cannot put the new fender on the old bike.
Really?
Yeah, so it's the...
Well, I know we were talking about that last week with the seats.
Yeah, but we still don't know about the seats. We know the saddlebags will swap. But the fender, the mounting holes on the fenders are in a different location. So if the question starts to become, and that's because the lower fork legs are different. So this question starts to become, how much little stuff is different? Could my engine bolt into the new frame? Maybe not. Maybe
I mean,
not.
that's up in the air at this point.
The question is how much of that stuff has changed. So, and where the rules go into play. If they run the new bike, and the engines don't carry over, can they run a 131 because it's an old style engine and the new style frame?
I'd say on the factory team, they're going to have an issue. But everybody else, like Saddleman,
They all have to follow the same rules.
it's a factory bike. They don't particularly care what year it's from.
No. I think you're missing the point. The rules are not set by the team. The rules are set by Moto America. And they have to follow the rules. So if Moto America says it has to be a current year production motorcycle, then like Saddleman will have to be on 24s.
Yeah, true. They'll all have to be on 24s.
Because it's just like in NASCAR, their bodies are spec bodies for current manufacturing. So although the car doesn't look like anything, it's not currently the Chevy Monte Carlo. Because guess what they don't currently make?
Monte Carlo.
A Monte Carlo.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the rules are and what they say.
I understood with the Moto America version of King of the Baggers, had to be a factory motorcycle. I wasn't sure it had to be a current production.
Well, I mean, it did have to be a factory motorcycle, but there wasn't one out there that wasn't current production.
Well, I meant, Moto America with the King of the Baggers, that's a relatively new thing. We're talking within the past 6-8 years.
4.
Is it really only 4?
Yeah.
I thought they'd been longer. I didn't see anything that said they had to be on new chassis, new frames, like NASCAR style, where they had to operate under what the manufacturer is currently producing.
I don't know. Okay. That's what I'm saying. I don't know, but there was nothing out there that wasn't a current production motorcycle. So based on what you're saying, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because they were all on current production motorcycles.
Yeah.
No one was on anything that would not be.
I think with the limited production that's available for we're looking at 2 motorcycle brands, Harley and Indian. I don't think they would make all of the racers switch to a new chassis. Just doesn't make sense. If they want to continue everything and everybody be productive for the next year, that would seem kind of silly. Because F1 doesn't do that. NASCAR doesn't do that.
Well, F1,
no other racer.
F1 also doesn't fall under the guidelines of current production model vehicle. We're talking about race circuits that are basically like stock car, where it has to be current production model vehicles. Because you know who does do that? MotoGP.
They do.
So,
however, most of those companies don't change their motorcycles for at least 5-10 years.
right.
You get minor upgrades.
Okay. But in 2023, you go watch a MotoGP race, they're all on 23 bikes. They're not on 22 bikes. They're on 23 model bikes. And you're talking about the money that you're talking about, that's a wash compared to what it costs them to actually race and all that other stuff.
Well, for those companies, yes. But for King of the Baggers companies, they're not as large as you're talking about Honda, Suzuki, Kawasaki.
Name a company that wasn't big that was racing.
You're talking about factory teams versus independents.
And the only independent team that races in King of the Baggers is Saddleman.
Honda's still bigger than Harley.
Okay. But Harley's building the bike and giving it to their people.
I have no idea what we're talking about.
I don't either.
I
I literally don't. And this is about to...
The racers and the bikes that are in King of the Baggers. Because Indian has multiple independent teams. They don't sponsor all the teams.
They have one.
They have one team.
Yeah, that's why there's only 3 bikes on the track. 3 Indians on the track.
Yeah, I knew there wasn't many.
There are other Indians on the track that are not sponsored by Indian. There was another company that sponsored an Indian motorcycle.
Okay, but it's probably a company with a bunch of money.
Like Saddleman sponsoring the Harley.
No, Saddleman had their own team.
That's what I'm saying. They had their own team.
Right. It's not a sponsor of Harley.
It's a motorcycle. In King of the Baggers, you have 2 bikes. You have Indian, you have Harley.
Okay.
Those are the chassis you use, the engines you use.
Right.
There are multiple teams that sponsor motorcycles to be in that.
Right, but you're talking about it like it's Joe Blow's Chop Shop down the road.
Chop shop.
I would like to say
What's
that.
wrong with that, Marcus?
It's not. I mean, there is a place for those. There is a place for those people to race, and it's in the Bagger Racing League.
Yeah.
It's not
yeah.
Mishimoto King of the Bagger. The Mishimoto King of the Bagger is big money racing.
Yeah.
Big money teams.
Oh, yeah.
So for someone who's never been to it, is it, this may be a naive question, is it a race and then whoever is the fastest bike wins, or?
Yes and no.
Okay.
So you have traditional racing where someone wins a race.
Okay.
Okay. And it's like, hey, I came in first place. I made it to the podium. Yay. Okay. But you earn so many points.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, basically, every time you complete a lap, you get a lot amount of points.
Okay.
Okay. You can earn penalties that take points away. And depending on where you finish at, garners you so many points.
Okay.
So, like, you could come in third place every race and get 0 penalties. And at the end of everything, have the most points.
Okay.
Because you kept getting consistent.
Yeah.
Whereas you take someone like Travis Wyman or Kyle Wyman, okay?
You mentioned him.
Kyle would get normally first, occasionally second.
Mm.
He never got third. If he didn't get first or second, he crashed out, which means no points for that day.
Okay.
So then that's how, like, the guy in third place can creep up to being overall being the best.
Okay.
It's a series, so when they get points for the race, it counts overall.
Okay.
For the race
like how
series.
you took that turn.
It's kind of like NASCAR. NASCAR, you get points for a race.
Yeah. But, like, yes and no.
Okay.
I mean, if they're on the track, they're not going to get penalized for it.
Yeah.
But, like...
But it's not just a NASCAR loop.
Oh, no. This is a twisting, turning road course.
This is a real track.
Okay.
That we've all ridden except for Stephanie.
Well, she goes. She can ride it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can. On Saturday, we'll do a parade lap around the track. After everything's said and done, we'll take groups of people and you get to do a couple laps around the track on a motorcycle.
Mm.
Not fast. It's like 45 miles an hour. No, I was kind of mad.
Wait,
that
you
it was
hit 45?
Like 45.
That was impressive. I didn't get to 45.
I was like, we should be going faster.
Of the pack. Because we got split up.
Yeah, we did get split.
I don't know how we got split up because we were next to each other when we pulled down there.
And then all of a sudden, everybody just jumped in.
And then all of a sudden, I think we were in 2 different groups.
Yeah, we did end up in 2 different groups.
Well, we got behind someone that was constantly slamming on their brakes.
We got behind
I was in front of I was behind the same person.
We got behind some guy, some idiot that didn't need to be on the track. And then a couple guys on Donna's that wanted to ride wheelies and stuff like that. And they kind of passed them. So then I was like right between them. So, yeah. Actually, I hit about 70 on the backstretch. 70 or 80 on the backstretch.
I wasn't going to do that on a borrowed motorcycle. So, yeah. But I was trying to be nice.
There are things that they do. They have to, there's spec rolls. That's why Indian started selling
that race spec
race spec bike because there's a rule called homologation, which means you can't be racing a bike.
You don't sell it.
Not for sale. You can't be racing a motorcycle that you don't sell. Okay. I'm not saying you know NASCAR, but you know what NASCAR is.
Yeah.
You know there's a Toyota Camry that races in NASCAR.
No, I didn't know that.
Okay. There's Toyota Camry that races in NASCAR.
It's not a Camry.
Right. There's a Toyota Camry that races in NASCAR.
Okay.
You go buy a Toyota Camry, it's not anything like that car.
Yeah.
Okay. So Indian had a bike that there was all this stuff on it that was like one off, you couldn't go buy. People couldn't go buy.
They made a homologation special.
So Indian had to build a bike.
It was a pure race motorcycle to prove that they could actually sell a motorcycle that could be in the same, like the exact same thing that they race on, with minor differences.
It had
they sold it at
and
dealerships. Nobody could buy it.
I don't think anybody bought one. They
sold like 15 of them.
So it's an RC213V.
Yes.
Which I think they sold 9 of those.
It was a pure race motorcycle. Like, I'm amazed the gauges worked. It was that kind of motorcycle.
But it was because they had to.
Yeah.
Like people that saw the Harley race bike and went, oh man, I like how they have the oil cooler in the fairing. I could take you right now and show you the company online where you can buy that from.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you went, oh man, I love that Olin suspension. You can straight up call Olin's and buy that suspension. If you went, oh man, those motors are running with a 131 and this cam and da-da-da-da-da-da. Cool, let's open the catalog because you can buy all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
Indian had
meets the
parts.
classification for
Homologation. But Indian had parts that they built specifically for the race bike that was not available to the public. So they had to make available to the public. So instead of selling the parts, they just said, here's the whole motorcycle.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the other thing they were trying to do was get more people racing Indians, more privateer teams to go out and buy a race-ready motorcycle to race.
Probably.
But even then, that $92,000 Indian Challenger race bike is nowhere close to the probably $300,000 or $400,000 Indian Challenger actual race bikes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and if I had to guess, you know, to build something that looked like the Harley Davidson bikes that were racing, like visually look like it, $100,000. What they were actually racing, $200,000-$300,000.
Oh yeah.
So,
When you talk about all the work that went into designing the bikes, making them perform the way that they do,
Yeah.
easy.
but like every Harley bike that's at that race, whether it's Harley Davidson or Saddleman or whoever else might be out there racing, that's a large privateer team. All of those bikes are frame stamp bikes. So like when I talk to Saddleman, they have a dealer that they work with that they go in and go, I need this many bikes.
Yeah.
And they buy the same motorcycle that anybody else would from the dealer and then go and build it. They just put $200,000-$300,000 in it. Now BRL, those bikes are $60,000 to $100,000.
Yeah.
And in BRL, as far as I know, it has to be, if it's not street legal when it's on the track, it has to be easily converted to street legal.
Yes.
There's a lot of guys at BRL that literally will ride their bike through the week and then on the weekend race it.
Yeah.
So
what do you change to make it street legal? Like the tires?
well, no, most of the time it's headlights and taillights and blinkers and stuff
yeah.
like that.
Well,
Because you're not
tires probably.
well, tires, yeah, but you're not supposed to have lights on the track.
Yeah.
Or that sounds weird when I say it that way. You ever seen people like they'll have a little race car, they don't have actual headlights on it, but they got like a piece of tape, black tape, like an X over their headlights or something like
Or
that.
blue tape.
Yeah.
Or blue tape or something like that. That's in case there's an accident. There's not glass on the track.
Oh, okay.
That makes sense. Not that you mentioned that because I always wondered why they didn't have lights.
Yeah. But there's all kinds of other little things here and there, you know, the way they safety wire stuff and all that other stuff. But then you get into like the bikes that they build for like the actual King of the Bagger stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have some safety wire and stuff like that, but it's not nowhere close to the same level because they have stuff that's built specifically in certain manners to where it's like they don't even have to worry about the problem to begin with type deal.
Okay.
Like it might be like, oh, there's no old drain plug. Well, yeah, there's no old drain plug because we just dropped the old drain pan. Stuff like that.
Okay.
So, but yeah, homologation just states that, you know, the stuff has to be available. But because of homologation rules that have come into that stuff, that's why I wonder, what are the bikes going to look like this year? What are they racing? Now, I don't know of any small privateer teams that were racing Harley Davidson.
Yeah.
I don't
The
know.
only other privateer team I saw that was racing in King of the Baggers was Saddleman. You're talking about a huge company with lots of money.
Yeah, I didn't see any.
I mean, everybody that races in King of the Baggers is running a Saddleman seat because they're the only ones that even produce a seat that's decent for King of the Baggers. They're the ones that produce the seats for all the super hooligan racing too.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it kind of becomes one of those things where it makes it on an even kill with a lot of stuff. Like that's why Olin's was there because they're like the number one and for suspension and all this other stuff. So basically everybody was running Olin's and everything. So it's a fun time though. It's really fun to you know, even outside of the racing, just to be able to walk around and people watch for one, but then be able to go down to the pits and just talk to these people and have conversations with them, you know, like about saddlebag specs. Their saddlebags are slightly smaller than what comes on the factory bike. And I was like, well, how do you get away with that? He goes, it has to hold, there's like a stagnant liquid amount that it has to hold. So a factory saddlebag might be, we'll say 36 liters.
Yeah.
And they go, oh, it has to hold 24. They will literally build a saddlebag specifically that just holds 24 liters, because you're talking about shaving an ounce off the weight of the motorcycle, but it makes a difference.
Yeah.
So, but those bikes, when you look at them, you will literally look at them and go, that is completely different than like looking at my bike.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But
Everything about
it didn't start. They started the same.
Well, I mean, the frames are still technically the same.
Well, no, they can't modify the frame.
That's what I'm saying. The frames are the same. Everything else.
Right, but what you also missed was like Saddleman. Saddleman goes into a dealer and buys bikes.
Yeah. It's a factory motorcycle that gets modified.
So, but because of those homologation rules, that's why I'm like, I don't know what's going to happen.
Has always been in place?
The homologation rules?
Yeah.
I think it came in like year 2.
Okay.
Because I think that was the whole deal about that, because the season was out before all of a sudden Indian has this bike, and there was a lot of stuff being said over here, but then there was people that I know that are actually in the racing world, and they're like, no, there was a homologation rule that was being broken. And I understand homologation rule because I love rally and I know what Group B is. So
Group B, Harley, Pan America.
That's called Super Hooligan.
Yeah. We put them on dirt tracks.
I wonder, you know,
Motorcycle rally. Besides Dakar.
unfortunately Harley doesn't have anything to compete right now in flat track racing. They don't produce anything. It's a 750cc limit.
Mm. Oh, they don't.
Well,
They
they need
don't
to
make
get on
anything
that.
lower anymore.
No, that's why now. That's why the XR 750 was a 750 because of the 750 limit,
Yeah,
and they
absolutely.
essentially, when Harley came out,
that was a flat track bike.
right? You go back and look at some of the other stuff. That's why they were racing the street 750 in flat track, because it was a 750 limit.
That is true.
So someone told me there is a 1000 class, which the 975 can compete in, but I've never seen a Nightster in flat track form. So
Well, I think the Nightster's too new to really be in that class yet.
Yeah,
2
maybe
years?
one
I'm
to
giving him
two.
confused face. Yeah, I don't. It could be the first year it comes out. I think you're still thinking flat track like what we have here.
Yes.
I'm talking about flat track as in like factory sponsored race team flat track.
Okay. Fair enough.
I mean, that exists.
It does.
And you know who the
I don't think that's as common as it used to be, though.
I think it's more common than what you think. Because I'll meet people from like out of state, like up in Michigan. Motorcycle flat track racing is huge. It's probably one of the biggest racing that they do.
Why do they call it flat tracking? Just like
Because they're on a dirt flat track, dirt oval flat
yeah.
track.
okay.
Think of NASCAR, but smaller and
Dirt and about half the size.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Just without all the obstacles.
No obstacles.
No obstacles. Okay.
No,
Oval.
literally just an oval circle.
Okay.
Dirt, half the size of a NASCAR track, and they just.
I would like to watch it because it looks like fun.
But they're going through these corners, sliding
Yeah.
on dirt
Completely sideways.
at like 100 miles an hour.
They got the front tire pointing where they want to go, the back tire is somewhere else.
Yeah.
Is that one thing in like Mangold? No.
She's talking about Boyd's racetrack.
Oh,
Which
yeah,
is
yeah.
closed.
But is
I
that
know.
In
Yes.
it? Okay.
That track would be a flat track racetrack.
theory.
In theory.
Yeah.
They called
If
it a
they-
flat. They called it a flat track, but they had bank turns.
Yeah.
Mm.
It was still bank double.
But it's closed.
but it is closed.
It's sad.
You gotta still have your advertisement sign on the side of the building there.
Yes, we do. We have an advertisement at the drag strip, and I didn't even know it.
Did you really?
I didn't know that either. All right.
Since I've known you, I've only been down there one time.
Bill hadn't been paid since 2020. I got a message the other day, and I was like, "Oh, good to know. I didn't even know he had one."
I really hate that for
I
you.
hate it for you.
Do you want to take it down?
We're not going to take it down. We're going to pay to re-up it. They're not going to charge us back. They're just going to charge us for 24 season.
Oh, that's pretty good.
I mean, it's good advertisement.
Well, I think they
Hey,
went under.
look,
I think they went under new management or
get
ownership
into
or
it before it turns into a subdivision.
something.
Oh.
I thought it was going to be a like a boat dock.
It might be with all the rain.
Certain times a year it is for sure. So,
Look, they're building luxury townhomes across the street.
Oh.
yep. So, you know that because of Costco.
Koskies.
Is that what you call it?
Yeah.
What did you call Schlotzky's?
What's that?
She's never been
She don't know what that is.
She's never been there. She has never been to the deli.
Words.
Oh no, the deli would be the yellow deli, sir.
Around here, yeah.
Fair.
Schlotzky's was like a sandwich shop.
Oh, okay. No, I've never been there.
Like
It
a
was-
Jersey Mike's.
it was pretty
type
good.
Sandwich shop.
I would almost say a mix between Jersey Mike's and Glen Jeans.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I'll take
Jersey
yeah.
Mike's style
pretty good, though.
sandwiches,
I love Jersey Mike's.
but
Yeah.
at like a Glen Jeans.
Never been to a Glen Jeans.
Yes, you have.
No, I haven't.
You ever been to Firebox?
Yes, there's Firebox.
That's Glen Jeans.
They just renamed it.
She went to Glen Jeans before it got turned into Firebox. She just doesn't remember.
I
When she
remember it.
first
If I don't remember, it
moved
doesn't
up
count.
here.
So.
That's girl math. It doesn't
Yeah,
count.
But Schlotzky's is no more here, at least. I don't know.
Yeah, no,
I'm sure
they're-
there might be other places.
There's a few left, but they've pretty much closed up shop.
The last one, I guess, was. I thought the last one was Brainerd, but apparently Brainerd was the first one, is what I was told the other day. And I said, no, sir. I believe the first one would have been Shalford Road. And this was Troy Lewis I was talking to. And he goes, there wasn't a Schlotzky's on Shalford Road. And I go, you want to bet? And he goes, where? And I go, Zaxby's was not built as a Zaxby's, sir.
Nope.
It was built as a Schlotzky's deli.
Yep.
That is true.
So,
Yes, it was.
it was only Schlotzky's for like 6 months. And then
And
they
then it turned
closed.
into like a gaming
Yeah,
club.
yeah. And then it became Zaxby's.
Yep.
But I think he said Cleveland. The Cleveland Schlotzky's only closed like a year or two ago.
Sit. Thank you.
I'm not surprised because Cleveland is behind the times to begin with.
Yeah,
They're about 4 to 5 years back.
I feel like every time I go to the Cleveland Mall, I'm in like the Twin Pines Mall and Back to the Future. I'm like, is this 1985?
Right?
Did you just go into a Sears?
Yeah.
A Sears?
It's probably still open in Cleveland. Hey, look, a Kmart.
Oh, Lord.
Hey, my tools still have a warranty.
Oh.
Hey everybody, this is Sean at White Lightning Harley Davidson. I want to thank you for listening to the Daily Biker Podcast. You can reach the podcast on Facebook or Instagram at The Daily Biker, or you can email the podcast at thedailybiker@gmail.com. Be sure to keep an eye on White Lightning Harley Davidson social media pages for the most up-to-date information on all our events and where you can find the boys.